Hey, what is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again, with a video topic that I believe is long overdue. All right, first time to the channel, guys. Y'all make sure you get the likes up, make sure you subscribe, notify, make yourself well versed in the Good Doc's content. Everything you should need to know is listed in the links in the description area below. Had a subscriber hit me up today, and it was interesting what she said to me. Big salute to her, because it definitely inspired today's video. Sorry. Pookies and Rayrays, they do exist in the Philippines as well. Now, for my Caucasian brethren, a lot of you may not be well versed in the concept of or what a Pookie and a Rayray is, but many of my members of the Black community will be able to relate to this or be able to understand what I'm talking about when I refer to the term of Pookies and Rayrays. Now, for a general broad understanding of what Pookies and Rayrays are, basically these are the lower tier members of the Black community. These are the ones that are somewhat low in education. Maybe they finished high school, maybe they didn't. If they're lucky, they may have done some community college, but they never finished college. The only time they go to college campuses is if they're trying to scoop up women. Most of the time they find themselves with lack of job. Maybe you might find them, doing promiscuous illegal activities, selling drugs, things like that. So they make up what is referred to as the lower tier community of the Black community. And if you think about it, and that's just general, I mean, you can detail it and it can go a little bit deeper than that. But for the most part, like I said, they don't have a place to stay. They find themselves sleeping on somebody else's couches and things like that. But if you think about it, Pookies and Rayrays likely exist in all cultures and all different ethnic backgrounds. It's just that the people that make up this particular concept or community in each of these smaller subsets of backgrounds are, it's just represented differently. And in the Philippines, their representation comes from almost the exact same thing. But the way that I would view a Filipino Pookie and Rayray would be one that sits around and they drink all day long with their friends. They don't really have jobs. They also sleep on the couches of relatives. Maybe they still live at home with their moms. They don't have any foresight, no desire or drive to keep it pushing. Their friends also have the same concept and they also live amongst the same environment and constructs, and they're all doing the exact same things every day with lack of motivation and the ability to move forward. But the average Pookie or Ray for the Philippines, in my opinion, if you think about it, they just sit around and drink Red Horse all day. They have nothing else better to do. They wake up in the morning, they drink a Red Horse. Afternoon, drink a Red Horse. They're gambling. They're doing things like that. You don't know where the hell this money is coming from, but they always seem to have their hands on money to be able to drink and to be able to gamble. That is what, in my personal opinion, would make up the Pookie and Ray environment in the Philippines. Now, there is also a concept about Pookies and Rayrays that we haven't discussed real quick. And that is the fact that these types of guys seem to get a lot of women. You don't understand why, but you do have to understand why. Although they may make up the lower tier of a particular community, they always seem to, they're street smart. They're very savvy. They're probably really good with their words, and they're able to convince people to do other things for them. How do you think that they're able to survive? How do you think that these Filipino guys, the Pookies and Rayrays that we're referring to, are able to get money? They're getting it from somebody, whether it be a relative, whether it be a young lady that they're courting, maybe their baby mama, somebody they haven't married yet, but somebody they have a kid with. They're able to get money from women or other relatives in order to satisfy their, how could I say this, their vices. All right, whether it be drinking, gambling, etc. They'll find a way to get money. You don't necessarily hear too much about them robbing and stealing, but they do that as well. So let's not overlook the fact that they do that. But for the most part, they're very cunning, and they're very cunning in the way that they get what they need. In the Philippines, the same rules apply. In the black community, the same rules apply. It's just an interesting concept to me about the Pookies and Rayrays in the Philippines, because I never really thought about it until it was brought to my attention. And as I think about it, I'm like, well, damn. You would say that they exist in every culture, every ethnic background, for sure. It's just that Pookies and Rayrays are represented differently in different cultures, in different backgrounds. I love the fact that we are able to have a healthier discussion about this, because again, like I said, man, they get all the girls. I think they do. They get the majority of the women. And I think it's because, and I think this is something that is innately in women in general. Most of them have the desire or want to save and or change the men in which they're dealing with. Again, your Pookies and Rayrays, like I said, man, they're very savvy, they're very cunning, they're very good with their words. They're able to really get far in life by doing the bare minimum because of these other skills and assets that they have acquired, the street smarts and things of that nature. Women are impressed by this. Women are infatuated by this. So they're pretty much probably overlooking the nerds and things like that. Now, this doesn't happen as much in the Philippine community as it does in the, black community and things like that. But I will honestly say that in every culture, there are a certain subset of women, group of women that are in it to try to save and or change these types of men. Even though these men don't want to be changed. No different than, the 3-6 Mafia song about don't save us, you don't want to be saved. You guys trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. The same rules do apply. It's just in, reverse. Where the woman is trying to save the man instead of the man trying to save the woman. And I've come to find that these concepts are things that we need to be talking about. All right? We need to be talking about them because it's interesting for me. And I'm probably sure it's interesting for you on the outside looking in. A lot of my gentlemen who watch my channel, you guys are pretty astute gentlemen. You guys have things going on in your lives. You're really trying to do things and make things happen for yourself. You got jobs, working hard. You may have a family or things like that. But it is astonishing, even in my own culture, even in the black culture, how we can be on the outside looking in and you'll look at this bum ass dude. Let's be honest. Pookies and Rayrays for the most part are bum ass dudes. And you'll be like, how in the hell did he get that girl? I said, I got everything going for me. You guys might have 6-figure salaries. You're pulling in a pretty decent income. Got your own place. You're doing everything right in your opinion. But this guy over here is the one that's getting all the girls or the one that's getting the women. And for the life of you, you can't figure out why. And that's always a question that's going to be burning in the back of my mind for, a period of time. Like I said, again, in the Philippines, it's probably a little bit different and not as prevalent as it is in the black community, of course, wherein a lot of women are attracted to your thug life types. Your thugs are the guys who are attracting that dangerous type of atmosphere. I guess they exude what is referred to as the alpha male. How can I say this? Alpha male image or whatever it may be. I don't know. Maybe they look at this as alpha and this is what masculine is. All right. And that's probably why they're getting all the girls. Maybe in the Philippines, it could be the exact same way or the exact same reason why. Personally, I don't know. I'm in a relationship, so I don't really give a shit. But the fact that Pookies and Rayrays do exist in every cultural background, I believe is a concept of something that we can actually dig a little bit deeper into. But for now, I think focusing on the surface level of the concept is more than noteworthy. So guys, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about it, please talk about it in the comment section below. We'll be glad to hear from you. All right. Now, shout out to my big brother, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He is definitely one that has been big on the concept of the Pookies and the Rayrays. He's been talking about it for a long time. Only today did I realize that Pookies and Rayrays, I didn't realize it just today, I'm sorry, but only did I realize or decide to make a video about the fact that Pookies and Rayrays exist in the Philippines as well. It's just that they're somewhat represented differently. Okay? So you guys stay blessed, you guys stay true. Anything you want to add, comment section below. With that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.